Trade at your own risk. I take no responsibility. For your losses. In this video, I'm going to talk about my plans going into tomorrow, which is basically I'm staying fluid on the overall market, mostly to the negative side on it. So I overall kind of feel negative on the market, but I'm going to stay fluid and just watch it. But I think the overall market could be in trouble. So I'm not, really looking to hold anything unless it's something special. The other thing going into tomorrow is going to be specifically NKLA. I'm making some adjustments on, not liking them quite as much, or not, just not liking them as much. And then Bitcoin is one that I am liking. I think this could be the turnaround for a really huge run that I talked about just a few days ago, when I also talked about how the market is looking in trouble and looking shaky. I talked about that a few days ago in a video, and in the same video talked about how actually it was funny because in the video I'm watching the Bitcoin 1 minute chart, and I believe it was the bottom right here. It was happening as I was talking, and I noticed the trend change, and I said, well, maybe this is it, because I was expecting it to come down to here in the video, or 23 to 26, I said. But I said, when I saw this trend change, I thought, with good momentum, I thought this could be it, because this is a reasonable level to have support and a bounce, which would be very strong, to bounce there and not go lower technically. So, and I was, in that video talking about that I think Bitcoin is going to come out of this with an extreme bull run. So Bitcoin's the play I like mostly overnight, but definitely going to stay watching on this, stay fluid, because if it starts to break lower, I'll still like it soon thereafter when it comes into more support. But if it starts to break lower, I don't like it, even if it just goes into like 31.6. Actually, yeah, just even, and it'd be better if you were looking at the hourly or the 1 minute, not the 1 minute probably, but the 15-minute chart. Then that's what I'll be watching. Looking at this is a little harder to tell, but it's going to be in that range, 31.8, probably about 32. Really, it'd be nice if it stays above 32 is the bottom line. If it doesn't, I may be looking to sell. But if it does stay above, I think it's got good possible chances. But before I dive in more, I have some thoughts on the market as a whole, what's going on, what to look out for, because I'm staying fluid on it, and I also want to talk about NKLA. First, though, I want to run over all the predictions I've made, just real quick on the not just on the stocks and on videos I've made, because I started doing these videos about 10 days ago, so I think it's appropriate to let's look at how my results have been, because everything has changed. I mentioned a few times in some of the other videos that I felt like ever since the stock market started going for all-time highs again after COVID, that it was way overvalued, way overvalued. Stocks were, the big names were. So I've said in a few other videos, and this is how I've been investing, is always staying fluid on the whole market, because I'm just like a lot of these stocks to beat the market, and that's all you can really hope for. And I'll ride a fake bull run, not a fake bull run, but a bull run that's getting over valuations if it's there. But any stock I pick, so this is an appropriate time to look through it, because I've met that point where I said, okay, unless it's something special, unless it's a special type of stock, when the market wants to go down, you don't want to be holding, especially a big name, even when it's just a Wendy's or a McDonald's, even though they're still slinging out food. So this is an appropriate time to look through it, because I actually made the video a few days ago alerting the SPY, the S&P and big drop, alerting that this isn't necessarily going to be a bottom for me, and I'm I'm not buying into this drop. I'm selling. I was already been selling as soon as I saw, but been staying cautious, but I'm still staying very cautious is the point. But so when I saw that a few days ago and made the alert video, that was before the video, of course, was my time to definitely sell off most of my long holdings. So let's look at some of the predictions I've had. So first of all, the most recent one with the S&P was money. It had a horrible day today. NKLA, okay. NKLA, I was talking about it here, saying that this should be a bottom from its downswing, and I thought it was gonna come real powerful out of it. I said I'm looking for it to fill this gap and come into this, range, about $28 or so. It did. It came in up here. I mentioned that I sold it. I made a video, I believe, and the video I think was the same video with the S&P, with the futures and the Bitcoin. Anyways, that I'm selling it, and I didn't sell it at the very, very highs, but got off pretty good. And then I had been calling in the previous videos. This is in the previous videos, and I called for it to drop down to here and then to rip back up. My adjustment I'm going to make, I guess I'm spoiling back to the overnight, but the adjustment I'm making from here anyways is I'm not buying back into it. Not buying back into NKLA. I guess I can talk more about it later, but part of it's because of the overall market, but part of it is because of NKLA. Even whenever I decide to jump back into some stocks, NKLA is probably not going to be, well, I'm going to keep my eye on them, and I'll always keep my eye on them and stay fluid on them, but they're not a lock for me anymore. So NKLA was one prediction. Oh, the Bitcoin prediction was actually excellent. I made a Bitcoin video a while back, a week ago or so, whenever this was. We were, man, these charts are so lame. Well, it's because I'm not full screen expanded, but still, you get a much better chart on my own phone. But I made the video right here. I said that, coming off this pullback and then not going for a higher high and instead just getting stuttery, I said, bad sign. And it dropped pretty good down to 28. I thought it might go, well, I said technically it should go lower, but I did say that the fundamentals, I think, are so strong for crypto that it really should be at 60 or more or whatever. So, I really more. I mean, a lot of currencies and national currencies could definitely be better served. Like, the people could be better served having cryptocurrency instead of their own national currency, especially with the inflation going on. So, I mean, but anyways, I said, the drop might not follow the technicals as far down as it should because the fundamentals are so strong. So, and then, we caught here. So, that prediction was pretty good. We went over NKLA. Now, this one, I can't quite remember. I said that I liked the stock overall. It was actually like one of my favorites, but when I made the video, like for futures, but when I made the video, we were here, but, or it was like up to here or something. So it was already on this like massive run. But I mean, I think this is one of those that's like, oh, I wouldn't fault you. I don't think it's wrong to chase this if you think the valuation's higher anyways. Although even though it's just a little much. But anyways, I don't think it's a little, it's just, it's ran so much that I think I could have my money in the safer spots for now. But that's besides the point. The point was I didn't have much of a prediction for them, but I don't remember. Maybe I did say, I think I pretty much said what I just said. So, and then DRN I did like for a buy. I think it was when it was poking this level, or I believe it was closer. I made the video around here. I think it was when it was poking this level. I liked it to break past this point and come up somewhere past it, but and the move was mediocre. Best Buy is pretty mediocre. Anyways, I mean, it's a passive play, but what I was seeing was, made the video here where I thought, well, I made the video like right here, so I thought I was looking at, didn't get a pullback, got a breather. I thought it would break higher. When it didn't break higher, that was against the whole idea, and I'm sure I said that in the video, that if it went lower than about 111.67, then I'd sell. So anyways, I've been out. I mean, but yeah, I'm not looking to hop back in. PPD was one that I thought would break for all-time highs, and I don't believe it did, and I was out when it didn't, because as I would have said in the video, you know, it's playing a strong, that it's got strong momentum, and then when it doesn't follow through, well, now that's the opposite. So if it doesn't do what I'm expecting, well, that's the opposite of the whole plan, so it doesn't look as good. So anyways, I was expecting it to bust past this level for all-time highs. It didn't. Easy out. KODK, I originally called for puts. It was all about the loan, and I should have known that their chances are actually decent for the loan. As far as I know, Biden hasn't said who's he's going to choose for the loan. I would assume KODK's probably going to get it, but I think that is still pretty fluid, and I think that's why, you know, calls could be in order, because maybe if that gets announced and then, you know, they skyrocket. But anyways, I originally called for puts at some point up here, and realized I was wrong on that. Switched to made a video to call for calls, and also said, if it spikes, then I'll be looking for puts. At this point, I'm just going to kind of stay fluid on them. But that's what my video's predictions were. WY video prediction was that it was going to bounce off of one of this point for a big push. Looked promising, and then didn't after this red day. So this red day was this one right here, obvious sign to get out. Shouldn't have been a red day. I was expecting it to push. So that prediction was wrong, but you notice with these predictions is you get out for not much money lost, because, you know, when you're buying in thinking it's going to go up, and if it does go up, looks really strong, then it's going to push up a lot. And then if it doesn't actually go up and instead it goes down, then I'm selling, because, you know, the whole momentum is the opposite. And in those plays, you're not going to lose hardly anything doing that. And there's other plays like, say, McDonald's and things like that, where they're constantly hitting another support when they drop down. And so if they lose, the more they lose, it's almost like the better buy it is, because they're so solid. So it's a different type of play, but that's what I like about these type of plays anyways. Wendy's is like exactly the one I'm talking about anyways, but maybe not as much, actually. Not as much, really. But I thought Wendy's would hold this support right here from this, and it did. It surged up, and then a huge pullback, which was just like, I'm never looking for this spot right here thinking, even though, like, I'm never thinking like, oh yeah, another support. It's too soon. Like, like, I'm never thinking like this is gonna hold as a support. Let's buy this level right here, ride this big green. Oh yeah, it's gonna push out. See, this one's different because it came from here, and this was just a soon rejection. So, anyways, and that's part of the market. Anyways, it's following the market, but that prediction was pretty mediocre. Man, this sucks. I had a bunch of really good predictions. I guess I'm saving them for the end. I didn't specifically organize the list too much. I just put the Bitcoin and the SPY in the front, and NKLA. So this one was SPCE, and this was a great one here. So when I made the video, it was already right here, or it had posted these 2 red days. I said, it posted those 2 red days right there. I said I was basically buying it, but selling, but expecting it to break higher from this level. And if it wasn't going to break higher from this level, like quickly, then, or, you know, like at least in like one movement and not like, you know, basically go down to here first. You know, so then I was going to sell at that point if it was like chopping around, and this worked out exactly like I expected it to. It worked out great. I was able to hold and ride a nice wave on it. This one too was excellent. I made this video, I remember this one well, made this video I made the video after this day. Right after this day that I'm on this red candle on the very low. It's low, I should be 625. And I made the video right on the night of this night after it posted this candle. I said my stop loss in the morning for the next day will be 625. I don't expect to have to hit it. I think it's gonna, well, I don't know that I don't expect I'm gonna have to hit it, but at least not right away maybe, but either way, I thought the gains could be big for like this big horseshoe, and it was exactly right, and it filled this gap. I mean, this was just absolutely perfect. And if I would have been wrong, stop loss at 625, not too bad. And that was absolutely perfect. WYNN Resorts, I think, was pretty much mediocre too. This is another one of those, but I think I made the video. Let's just keep her big. I think I made the video a little too big. In this, well, oh yes, I believe it was in this time frame right here. Thinking it was hold this level and go up, didn't hold the level. So when it didn't hold the level, I was trashing it. Yeah, something like this is when thinking this would push. This red candle opened lower, even though the green day still opened lower, and just, yeah, just ugly. So that was pretty much a loser. McDonald's was super. This is super passive. This is just like, oh, you know, these are good support levels. I mean, I guess, yeah, it's good support level, but, you know, yeah, whatever. I mean, McDonald's is a pretty passive play, but decent support levels, but it broke its support now, so that's not great. And then FLL, this was a great one. So, look at this one. I made this video, let's see, this was, I think, like my very first video. Made it, I think in this, oh, like right here, I believe. No, I made the video after that. I made the video right here because I believe it just cranked for all-time highs and pulled back off them. And I was saying, you know, it just tested this from its previous all-time high resistance there, tested it, and tested it right again, and it was just itching above it, and then it breaks above it, and it just, and I'm like, yeah, it's ripping off this level. And I mean, that was money. So I didn't go back and watch all the videos. I'm not gonna do that, but so I can't remember like specifically the if I like, but I know that was my overall plan. So got through all the previous video predictions, a little rundown on all my predictions and how they've worked out so far. So now let me wrap up with my plans moving forward. I told you, like, for into tomorrow, I said what I'm going to do. I'll explain why and explain about it. So, first of all, I'll talk NKLA. NKLA, I don't like as much. I think they do have some problems up the road. I think they got kind of screwed with the GM deal. They should have gotten that deal. It wasn't a big deal what they did in that commercial. I guess they, you know, they kind of like faked. In the commercial, it's a truck, an EV truck, driving up like a hill or whatever, and maybe even a mountain. And it was a fake, but I mean, I don't know. It's whatever. But so they got screwed on the GM deal, I think. But they got some problems. They've got some problems because they still need a partner to do their hydrogen fuel cell, and I think they got one sort of. I think they got one in Arizona or in a part of Arizona. But anyways, they got some problems there. They're gonna need some help, and I think they could have a tough road ahead of them. So, anyways, those are my thoughts on NKLA. I'm still gonna say, fluid on them, but I was talking about a rip up to the 50s, and unless things go better for them, I don't see it. If I'm just gonna watch, see what kind of partnerships they can make, but there might be better EV options out there. EV may not even be the run. Either way, I think if the market gets pounded, they're gonna get pounded too. So. Anyways, and well, maybe not totally. I mean, they could have their time when the market's not, but either way. Let's talk about the general market, and then maybe I'll wrap up with just the Bitcoin. So, general market. First of all, like I said, I thought ever since it got above this level, it's been like pretty much, well, really, I thought it was kind of getting overvalued here. And now we're here, so this is what's wild is, to me, it's hard to say how low it can go other than just reading technicals, but, well, I mean, reading fundamentals, you can say, but I can read technicals on it, but it's still hard to say. It's a much more fluid answer, or much more fluid equation, because it's just support everywhere. It's just support, I mean, there's a lot of support. You could draw your trend line, sure, and I mean, a trend line does work out good, but I mean, is it going to hold that trend? I mean, so it could pull back a lot, and it could maybe not. It might keep ripping. What I'm really going to watch out for, what I think a person should really be watching out for, is the stimulus negotiations, and I think the media has a tendency to overvalue or overestimate that they're going to get a deal. I was totally right on that through the summer, although they did end up getting that like desperate deal, but they missed deadline after deadline after deadline. I mean, literally, what, they get it done right before Christmas, and it was a fraction of what they thought and everything. So, and I was money about that. Not on a video, but I mean, just I was. But anyways, through the summer and stuff, they probably won't get that, but. I think the media overplays that they get the deal all the time. So I don't think it's a shoe-in that every Democratic senator is going to be on board with the. I think the Democrats aren't going to all be in agreement about the stimulus, or just not even a stimulus check, but, well, a stimulus bill, but COVID stimulus bill, especially the size that it is. And when that kind of news starts coming out, and especially like, if it's like really coming, like getting close to like, time to make it happen, the vote, and they start to realize, oh, like, and you got senators saying they're not gonna, when that kind of stuff happens, then market could really go for a downfall. I mean, it didn't really though during the summer when it happened, but I guess they held on hope, and I guess they'll probably still always hold on hope, and there's just so much money out there, just why not throw it around. But I think it's possible you don't get that stimulus deal, and maybe you do, but that's what a person should probably be a lot watching out for, is if it's looking, just pay attention to what some of the senators are saying, some of the Congress members are saying, especially the Democrats, but partially the Republicans too, but mostly the Democrats. See, or more moderate Democrats, see if any of them are not on board with passing such a expensive COVID bill, because I think some of them are going to be, and they can't afford to lose too many other Democrats on the vote if they're not going to gain Republicans. I don't think Republicans are going to go for a $1.9 trillion deal. So, anyways, technically it could drop a lot. It could drop down to here easy. I mean, really, technically it can drop down a lot further, but I mean, this level would make sense. It's just, I just don't even know, like, if any of this is realistic, because it's just like everybody's got, I guess they got money to invest, so they just want to invest it. But so it's like, I mean, how low can it go? But you know, if we're talking about like the average investors, one thing to always think about is, like, especially with Bitcoin and crypto, if they're buying it as an investment and they really just want more dollars, then they don't really want to own that asset, so they're always intending to sell it. So that was one fear I had about crypto, but now at this point, crypto is, it's more than that. So I know going into this, the 1 minute was pretty important for the Bitcoin, because it had done this turnaround on the 1 hour real strong and pulled back, and this was a really strong or important inflection point in which way it's going. So far, it looks like it's been sideways, which let's look at the 1 minute chart, but that isn't going to be great if it's sideways. We probably want some momentum going up. As long as it holds the level, though, it's fine. Like I said, what did I say when I started the video? 3,200, so let's look at it. These charts suck. What is this? What the fuck is this? God damn. I have to put the fucking... Better off just looking at my goddamn iPhone. What is up with this thing? Let's just do, BTC futures. Maybe that's it. Oh, fuck. No, that ain't it. Huh. I shouldn't have clicked on it again. Well, whatever. I don't know why it looks like that. It looks ridiculous. Or is it because I'm... Oh. Oh, it's because I'm zoomed out too far. It's like, Jesus. Sorry, guys, but... Well, I don't know. Is it? What the fuck? We might not get to do this. But, I guess the point is, maybe we'll look at the 1 hour chart. It's going to show us a little something. So, oh yeah, that's it coming off the highs. It's just fucking fucked up. Anyways, I'm going to let this video end. It's going too long, but let me look at the Bitcoin 1 minute chart on my phone real quick, because like I said, that was an inflection point on it. And, well, I think I kind of said everything I wanted to say about Bitcoin at the beginning of the video, that it's one of my more confident plays moving forward. I can't be too confident in anything in the market unless it's something unique, you know, its own like niche where like those certain stocks are going to just tear up the market, and for a certain reason you catch something like that, you run with it. But otherwise, I can't be too confident in anything except pretty much Bitcoin. And I'm pulling up the 1 minute right here. Where's this 1 minute? Yeah, it is, and it's on my phone, sorry, but oh yeah, not bad. Was it 34th? Oh, my phone says something different. My phone says it's at, is mine not updated? What's up with this? And was it just fuck me? No, my phone's updating. That phone says it's 34. What the fuck's going on with this thing? Oh my god, this site sucks. But my phone says 34, so, oh Jesus. But anyways, my phone says 34, and that's where it went to, so excellent, because I was not really wanting to sell, and I'm gonna ride her. I'm gonna ride her for a while. Yeah, we're still not gonna get shit off that video, but I just want to look how this played out real quick on my phone. Oh yeah, it ripped off that. Where were we at on that? 30. Oh, I see. Yeah, it ripped off that level, and and it's looking pretty good. Anyways, as long as Bitcoin holds at about 32 or so, I'm liking it, but I pretty much like it either way. That's all I got for this video. Peace.